Hey everyone, so recently I was requested to film a video showing you all of my eyeshadow palettes, and I actually thought that was a really good idea. I did the perfect palette tag not too long ago, and a lot of people were like, I want to see every eyeshadow palette and just palette in general that you own. So I thought I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I have. So I'm doing this slowly and bringing it over to my bed, so I'm going and picking like a section of palettes and coming over because I don't want to have my whole bed covered in makeup palettes for right now. But I'm actually going to be doing a whole new makeup collection setup, a whole new like room for it, and when all that goes up I will do a complete collection and show you guys the setup of my palettes and everything like that. If you want to see my most recent makeup collection video, I will link that in the description. I will say that, actually I'll probably link that overhead, but I will say it's from a while ago. I think I filmed it about a year ago, last summer. So my collection has grown significantly since that last video, and I have a whole extra means of storage, and like my main mean of storage isn't that anymore. And so for right now, this is kind of like what I'm doing. So I'm going to show you guys my palettes that I keep out here and then the ones I keep in my drawer. So these first set, I'll tell you when it moves to the drawer, but for right now, this is everything I keep out. So I'm going to try to do these sectioned off. So the first three that I have, which I'm doing these as like a trio because they are all three of the Naked palettes, and I keep these out because these are perfect everyday palettes. I actually filmed a tutorial with this palette today, previously right before I started filming this video, so if you like my makeup in this video, it's the Naked 3 palette, and I will link that tutorial up above somewhere and also in the description. But I have, first of all, my Naked palette. My Naked palette is my tried and true palette. This palette is my Desert Island palette. This is my palette that I cannot live without. It has the most beautiful colors in it, and I love it. If I'm going to recommend any of the eyeshadow palettes to you today, it's this one. It retails for $54. Actually, when I bought this palette, it was $48. So I bought it a few years back, and as they've came out with more palettes, they've increased the price. But I've actually hit pan on 2 eyeshadows, and out of all of my eyeshadows I own, I've only hit pan on 3. So the 2 of them being in the Naked palette's pretty good. I'm going to try not to talk too much about each palette. This video is probably going to get really, really long. I'm just warning you now. I have a lot of eyeshadow. The next one here is the Naked 2 palette. This one is very cool toned, but it's still neutral. So if you are into the cool toned neutrals, this is the palette for you. I would definitely recommend this palette over, you know, if you have a cooler toned skin, I would definitely recommend this palette. So if you're into the more warm colors, I would recommend the first Naked, and if you're into the more cool tone, I'd recommend the second. A lot of people like this one better than the first one. I personally still like the first one better than this one, but I still really like this one. The next one we have here is the Naked 3. This one is the one I would grab to the least. So it's really rosy shades, rose gold, rose tone shades, all very, very rosy and very, very warm gold, pinky shades. So if that's your cup of tea, then this is the palette for you. Again, I did a tutorial on this look. It'll be linked in the description with this palette. This palette has a lot of really good looks that you can create with it. You can literally go into the search bar and type in Naked 3 palette tutorials, and you're gonna come up with thousands and thousands of them. Some of the best ones I've seen are Kathleen Lights and Luster Lux, and then Desi Perkins. They all have really, really good makeup tutorials, and they all use this palette really well, especially Kathleen Lights. Definitely Kathleen Lights is like some of the best. The next palette I have here, this one actually got broken, and I don't even think they sell this one anymore. It's the Stila in the Light palette, and I've been obsessed with this for so long. When my brother was living out in Pennsylvania, I went to visit him, and I dropped this because I would sit on his counter in his bathroom and do my makeup, and actually dropped it from the counter onto the floor, and it broke. But I don't know if you can really see. I guess like when you get up close and personal, you can see where the kind of the chunks have been taken out, and I think dropping it kind of made me hit pan on Kitten a little faster. But this palette is one of my favorites. It's really dirty because they got broken, and a lot of the shadows are really loose, so it doesn't usually look this dirty. But this is the palette that I used when I got my senior pictures taken in high school. I used this palette to create my makeup look. This next palette is the Lorac Pro, and then I also have the Lorac Pro 2 palette. These palettes are some of my favorites. Again, like all of the palettes on this side, like I keep them on my right hand side, they're like my all-time favorites, and then on my left side I have more favorites, and in the drawer are the ones that are my least gravitated towards. So this one also has a broken eyeshadow in it. Don't even know how it happened. Literally, it wasn't broken when I opened it. I sat it down and I looked at it like 5 minutes later, and this eyeshadow right here was broken. Eyeshadow Slate, which is okay because I probably wouldn't use a ton of Slate, so out of any of them to get broken, that one or black probably was the best. But this one's really pretty. It's got a lot of kind of warmer tone shades. This is kind of going on the Naked palette schemes. It's got more warmer tone in the first generation, and the second generation has a little bit more cooler. What's really nice about these Lorac palettes is the top row is matte and the bottom row is like shimmer, so you have like a very big variety of colors with this. My favorite color in this palette is the color gold. It is so pretty. And then here's a quick like overview of the second one. And it's funny because I like the first Naked palette better, but I like the second Lorac Pro palette better. I don't know what it is about this palette that I like better than the first one, but I just really like this one. This one has more shades that I would like gravitate towards, and it may be because I bought this one before I bought the second one, you know what I'm saying? Like, my Naked 1 palette was the first palette. It was like the only palette I owned for a while, and this one was the one I had before, so maybe it's like the one I have first is the one I like more kind of thing. But I really like this. I love the silver color, the chrome color, the beige, the rosé. I love all of these mattes. They've got a really nice navy in here. It's just a really good palette. They're just so good. I'm going to start by talking about this one. This one is from Tarte, and I am going to open it. I still haven't fixed the eyeshadow. If you guys saw my Sephora haul recently, this is the close-up that you're going to get of it, with this eyeshadow over here completely shattered. But this palette is so pretty. The colors are so nice. I just really love Tarte eyeshadows. I love them. They're really nice, really good quality, but they're really soft. So in shipping, it got broken. It was limited edition, so they couldn't get me another one, so I chose not to return it just because I wanted to keep the other eyeshadows that were still in good condition. So I might actually depot all of these eyeshadows out of here and put them in a Z palette. I'm actually thinking of doing that, and then maybe just trying to fix that other one on the side. This may have to be split up into a couple parts. I don't know what you guys think I should do. Okay, the next one I have here is my Makeup Geek Z palette. This is, holy crap. This is the set that you get if you order just the starter kit from Makeup Geek. I actually just placed an order for more Makeup Geek eyeshadows, so I'm actually going to be having more in the near future. But right now, this is what I got. And so this is just the set that comes when you place an order for the like starter kit, and I'm so glad I got this one. I love every single color in this palette. I absolutely adore it. I love these like bronzy, peachy, like gold shades right here, and then they've got these nice purples. Oh my gosh, this palette is so wonderful, so amazing. This one you actually can get all of these shadows together, so I will link the Makeup Geek starter kit in the description if you want to go get it. It comes with the black Z palette, but then you get to put the shadows in whatever order you want. Like, you can just put them in, so I just put them in this particular order. So it's not like the order that's set up on the site by any means, but so pretty. The colors that come in it, well, I'll just link it. You know, we're trying to save time on this video, but I'll link it down below. I'll list the colors that come in this palette also down below. I have two of these Too Faced palettes. I have the Too Faced Natural Eye and the Too Faced Natural Matte. I have more of these little Too Faced palettes in my drawer, but these are the ones that I keep out on my makeup area. This one is the Natural Eyes, and it's got some really pretty ones. I actually like the first version of this better than this version because it had more shimmery shade right here, and I'm not a huge fan of like the nudie color. Like, I mean, I like it because I also have two of them. Like, it literally comes in this palette too. So I really like this one. I love Honey Pot. I love Push Up. It's a really pretty palette. It's newer, so I haven't used a ton of it yet. And then the Natural Matte palette, I really love this. Not as like to do full eye looks from, because I'm not a huge fan on me of full matte eyeshadow looks, but I love the way all of these look on like crease colors and just like extras. I love having this palette for like when I do makeup looks, because if I'm needing a nice dark matte brown, Espresso has got me. If I need a good like chocolate brown, chocolate cookie is perfect. Like, this is just a really good palette for extras and essentials, so for me. But if you're somebody who likes all mattes, like, definitely go check this out. So yeah, these are both the Too Faced natural palettes. This one here I am totally obsessed with. This is the Stila Eyes Are the Window to the Soul palette. I think this is kind of like a step up from the Stila in the Light palette. It comes with Kitten. It has kind of the same color scheme. The only eyeshadow that's repeated in this is Kitten though, so none of the other ones are repeated, but I partly think that they just have different names. Because if I compare these palettes, this one comes with more shadows, but they both are similar. And I feel like the formula is a little different. Like, the formula is not near as like chalky and soft in this palette as the other one was. So I definitely would recommend the Eyes Are the Window to the Soul palette. They come in 4 different palettes like this. I could have got all 4 at IMATS, but I just chose to get this one, and I really like it. So definitely go check this one out because it's a really good one. Also, Serene Wu, I don't know if you watch her, but she really likes this palette too, so that's a plus. I have 2 MAC palettes that I'm going to show you guys. The first one is my MAC palette that I put together myself. So I will go ahead and tell you what the shadows are in this one. Okay, I think this one's Brulee. I should probably check real fast before I try to tell you. Okay, this one is Brulee. This is Jest. This is Mythology. This is All That Glitters. This is Woodwinked. This is Amber Lights. This one is, I don't know what this one is. This is falling out of my container. So this is Sable. This is Satin Taupe. This is Swiss Chocolate, I think. Yeah, Swiss Chocolate. And then this one here is Sketch. So these are the MAC eyeshadows that I own in this palette. I obviously, you can see, have room for like 5 more. I don't buy a lot of MAC eyeshadows. These are just the ones that I have. And then I bought this palette recently, which I did a tutorial with this palette. Oh my gosh, my phone. This is the eyeshadow warm neutral palette. You can buy this from MAC's website. I think you can also get it at Nordstrom. And this is a pre-made palette, so I won't name off all the shadows because you can just buy the palette as is if you're interested. I really like this palette. Some of these eyeshadows are like the popular ones, and also I'm just saying, like, if you're really interested in getting all of the popular MAC eyeshadows, Nordstrom sells a Nordstrom Favorites, which has basically every popular MAC eyeshadow you could ever want. So if you're interested, go check it out. Okay, so then I have my Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette, and this one is beautiful. It smells so good. It smells like chocolate. It smells like chocolate. It's so beautiful. I love the Too Faced Chocolate Bar Palette. So amazing. One of my favorite palettes. It's got really good neutrals, but really good pinks and purples. And it's like a great like February palette. You know, like this palette is perfect for the month of February because it's chocolatey. I mean, like, pigmentation is gorgeous on it. I just love this palette all around. It makes me want to use it. I haven't used it in a few days actually. Like, I think I haven't used this in a month, honestly, but I love it and it smells so good. So definitely go look at this one. I'm going to be telling you this with all of these because these are all favorite palettes that I have, but I just love this one so much. I only have 18 minutes left on this memory card, so let's hope that we're done with this video by then, you know? So this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and this one is really nice. It comes with 3 matte, they're all matte, the 3 matte bronzing contouring shades, and then 3 highlighting shades. This one is what I love to highlight my nose with, sometimes my forehead. I love highlighting my under eyes with this one. I found like literally the perfect brush too to put it with. This one I don't use like very much, like I haven't used it at all, but I feel like somebody with darker skin tones, this would look really pretty on you. I love this palette. It's so nice. And then, you know what? I just now made the decision that I'm going to split this up into 2 videos. So this is going to be the last palette I'm going to show you for part 1. But this one is the Too Faced hashtag TF No Filter Selfie Powders palette. And this one I used for a while when I first got it, and I kind of lost interest in using it. Like, it's really cool. It's supposed to, like, when you take a picture, add a filter without a filter. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know if it does though, honestly. I think it was kind of a gimmicky palette, but it was cool nonetheless, and I got it, and I think it really can cool and warm up looks. I used these mostly for my finishing powders. I didn't really use Moon River that much. Like, obviously they're not crazy pigmented by any means or anything. They're just, you know, finishing powders. I kind of screwed that up. But yeah, we got the bronzy one, the yellow toned, and then the purple one is over here. So yeah, I really like it, but I think it was a little gimmicky. So I'm kind of mad at myself for actually buying it, but hey, it's fine. So just so you guys don't have to sit through a 30-minute long video of mine, because I noticed my last clip reached 16 minutes and I'm only halfway through my palettes. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video right here, and then I will come out with part 2. I don't know, I may upload them both on the same day, or I might upload them like a week apart, which is actually probably really... Okay, no, I figured it out. Okay, so next Saturday, I will upload the part 2 to this video. So this one's gonna go up on a Saturday. This part 1 is going up today, which is Saturday, and a week from now, next Saturday, you can see part 2 of this video on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can see part 2 if you want to see it, because I don't want to make my videos so long that people don't really care to watch it. So I will go ahead and end this one now. So these were my most used palettes, the one that I basically look at every day, and the second half will be the ones that I keep in my drawer. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you all to the moon and back. You guys are so amazing. And also be sure to follow me on Snapchat. And I don't think I said this in this video, but I got a Snapchat. My Snapchat name is It's Tori 277. So if you add It's Tori 27, you're not going to be adding some random stranger. You will technically be adding me. It's Tori 27 is my personal Snapchat. So if you add it, I'm not going to add you back, unfortunately, because I want to keep it my personal Snapchat. But my YouTube Snapchat that I'm going to be doing all of my like clips, kind of like vlogs, but not, because I'm so bad at keeping up with vlogs. So if you guys want to see what I'm doing on my day-to-day life, follow me on Snapchat, because I am posting constantly on there what I'm doing, what I'm up to. Just make sure when you follow me that you add the extra 7, because everything else I know is It's Tori 27. But just make sure you add the extra 7, so you got It's Tori 277. And follow me on Snapchat, follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Twitter. I don't tweet all that much, but I do put up pretty much daily Instagram posts, and I like to Snapchat. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you love makeup palettes. Obviously, I love makeup palettes. I can't wait to see you guys next week in part 2, and also on Monday with my next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I will talk to all of you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!
So you go, carry on with your